Isn't that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's that easy. All right.
Okay, smart sleeping. Hide your clocks, drink some wine, read a book. You may have heard these kind of things will help you fall asleep.
Yeah, well, before you start counting sheep, Amity Addrisi joins us to take an actual scientific look at some of the old wives' tales.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard a plethora of them, right?
Yeah.
Like you're getting sleepy, very sleepy. Actually, there's something to be said about these old-timey methods for falling asleep. So first up, a warm glass of milk, true or false? Well,
Say false.
all right. All right, I'm gonna say pretty much true.
Really?
It contains
Something warm.
tryptophan, which can help some phases of the sleep cycle, but more than anything,
play
it's
this game.
just nice and soothing. What about counting sheep? True or false?
False.
Well, actually, it's true.
Dang.
It is a visualization exercise that can help calm and distract from anxiety.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
And finally, what about an alcoholic beverage, glass of wine?
No, I'm going to say true.
You're going to say true. You say false. The answer
Can I
is, I'm
please be
delighted to say, true.
Dang. I thought it
But
was
with
a
an
trick question.
exception.
Hard liquor?
Just one glass.
Oh.
Because two or more can actually have the opposite effect.
Right.
So some key advice still being dished out by doctors today is sleep only when you are tired.
Sometimes I have patients that come to me that have difficulty sleeping for maybe 3 or 4 hours a night, but they might be spending 11 hours in bed total, either sleeping or trying to sleep. So if their body needs 8 hours of sleep a night, but they're spending 11 hours in bed, if they spend 8 hours in bed instead of 11, that'll probably help the insomnia. And
So there you have
7
it.
if you don't really plan on falling asleep till 10.
Yeah, don't make it harder on yourself,
Right.
right? So overall, Dr. Chang says sleep schedule hygiene is very good to get a good night's sleep. It's actually key. So take Grandma's advice. Maybe you grab yourself with some tea, take a warm bath. You'll be sawing some logs
rubber
in
ducky,
no
is
time. Just kidding, he's just sleeping.
Aw.
So there you have it. There is something to be said about that.
So I'm going to start
Mostly
having
holistic effects.
I'm going to start having warm milk with wine and see how that works.
I wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah, maybe not.
No.
Great stuff.
That's cool.
Wow.
I thought you were tricking me, so that's why I said false on so many
No.
times.
All right.
I knew.
She's standing for truth.